All right, we are ready to start Unit 3. It will flow nicely from Unit 1, um, letting you apply your simple machines, electricity, etc. We'll go back to Unit 2 later. We're going to be talking about Unit 3.1 machine control, and then also the option remotely, the distance learning, also 3.1. All right, first of all, we're going to take a look at the machine control. If you open that up, we're going to skip that career paper, the inputs, outputs. I'm going to go over the PowerPoint, the introduction to VEX, and what we can do, and then you'll also watch this introduction to Robot C features next. Instead of the test bed, we are going to use pre-built Clawbots to work with. So basically, if you take a look, Robot C is the program that we're going to be using. We are not going to be building this test bed. We're going to have what we call a Clawbot and add all those. The VEX pieces, we're going to have a bin that you're going to be utilizing. Only you will have the structures. These are the substructures. Then the KEP nuts are the ones we're going to be using, the different size screws with tools in your bin only. Gears and wheels, motors will be set, servos. You'll learn what all that means. You'll have one of each, the 269, knowing you can pause this and write down the different speeds. And you'll also need a motor controller. All the different sensors, the digital ones you're going to take a look at versus the analogs. Digitals are 1 and 0s, turning on and off, versus analogs are variables. You're going to get to use of all of those. Potentiometer, how it works, measuring rotation, shaft encoder, digitally sensing. Ultrasonic is more of a distance, senses distance. And you can go back to this PowerPoint and take notes, or going through the activities, you will learn all about these. The switches, turning things on and off. The Cortex is going to be like the little mini computer, different motor ports versus the digital and analog ports. Then the software, we're going to take a look at the software. Robot C can be done on Citrix at home and brought into the computer. Robot C is more or less C++. And you will then go ahead and watch the PLTW interactive activity. It will also tell you how to change the Cortex. You're going to want it to the VEX 2.0 natural language. I always do PLTW. Saving, you're going to want to open up the sample program in Robot C that has the PLTW, spot VEX 2, and it'll go down to PLTW template. Save it in your Google Drive stream. Comments, they want to talk about that. That's between me and you. Everything you do should have a comment to tell the reader what the robot is actually doing. There is the help there for you. The functions library, you can drag and drop those over. We'll be learning about what functions you'll be using. Menu level, I always have expert, file menu level. And then you'll also talk about the motors and sensors setup. The Clawbot is going to actually have pre-made ones, but where you can do it manually, robot, motors, and sensors setup, each of the ports need an assigned name and sensor. And then another helpful thing is robot compile and download. If you were to do remote control, you'd do a VexNet. We're not going to do that right now. We'll also talk about comments. We said we're green, red and yellow. I'm sorry, red and blue are always good. That means the code is being read. And that's it for this one. You will want to also watch the introduction to Robot C features. That is the interactive, and record that you
The
finished
last
it.
step is to save our program. Select the